I've wanted to pick up a secondary for a while now, partly to cover some bad matchups, but mostly I just wanted to play someone a bit different. I settled on Zangief, who I've now been playing for a bit over a week. I've played grapplers before, but not since I properly learnt how to play fighting games. It took me a while to figure out how to approach neutral. Even though he wants to get up close, he needs to be patient. He doesn't have the tools to cover space quickly. The learning curve was rough. I even fell below 1500 MR a few times. I did eventually get the hang of him and got close to 1600, although I haven't hit it yet. I'm still very inconsistent. Zangief's buttons are slow and committal. He does have long range, but most of his pokes are unrewarding. Getting up close requires playing patiently and sometimes passively. If you get a read on your opponent, his offense is dominating. If the opponent is always jumping to avoid the grab, suddenly every plus on block button leads to a combo. If the opponent is respecting you, you can sneak in grabs in places where you really shouldn't be able to. This all requires a lot of conditioning. Zangief feels stronger towards the end of a set than he does in round 1. That said, if you manage to corner your opponent, Zangief has great corner pressure. It's hard to escape the corner against Gief. He outranges most characters and gets good Oki from his anti-airs. When they can't back away from you, Zangief has complete control. Defensively, Zangief can struggle. He doesn't have a good reversal until level 3. Level 2 is way too slow to be practical. His level 2 does beat fireballs, but the range is shorter than I expected. It does fantastic damage though. Gief does have some things going for him defensively. He has 10% extra health. He also has armor on stand heavy punch, although this is easily punishable if you guess wrong. His level 3 is a scary reversal since it can't be blocked. As someone who usually plays characters with good neutral, it's interesting to be on the other end. Neutral often feels like an uphill struggle. It makes it all the more satisfying when you finally get the command grab. Zangief's anti-airs feel unreliable. Lariat is slow, but also loses to dive kicks if you do it too early. His Lariat does give good Oki and damage, but it's nowhere near as consistent as a DP. His anti-air normals also aren't great. I'm not using air SPD outside of combos yet, but maybe that has a place as an anti-air. Gief has good buttons. His pokes are long and he has many ways to get plus frames. Headbutt gives great pressure, but it's slow and short ranged. He also has some unique tools like his forward medium kick, an advancing move that consistently beats lows and is plus if spaced. It feels a bit like Luke's heavy kick, but a lot easier to make plus. It's also pretty much never unsafe. This move makes me wish that Luke's heavy kick actually beat lows. Gief is a character of extremes. When you get your offense going and get in a flow, you can steamroll people incredibly quickly. On the other hand, some games are excruciating grinds, where every step towards your opponent is a victory. When your opponent gets you in the corner, things become bleak. Gief has some horrible matchups. Matchups like Dalsim where I'd never pick Gief over Luke. He also has some matchups that are surprisingly good. I thought Sagat would be hard, but the heavy punch armor shuts down Tiger Knee. Versus Akuma, Lariat beats most of his air options cleanly, being both air and projectile invincible. I see a lot of potential in Gief as a secondary once I get more comfortable. I did keep running into the mirror, which is a boring matchup. It feels risky to approach, so I always end up slowly poking at my opponent. It seems like trying to play aggressively in the mirror is a bad idea. Execution-wise, Gief is easy. His combos are short and simple. I do think it's important to be able to confirm from Hellstab, but the window is generous. Learning to do 720s on Levelus took a bit of practice. If I mained Gief, I'd play him on stick or pad, but I don't want to faff around with extra controllers for a secondary. Gief is a fun character and provided a nice break from Luke. I plan to keep playing him, but I think it's going to be a while before I'm comfortable. Playing a grappler has also gotten me excited for Alex. One issue I have currently is that I suck at switching characters. My muscle memory gets messed up and I keep trying to do the wrong combos. It takes me at least 5 or 6 matches to stop pressing the wrong buttons. I'm hoping that by playing 2 characters I'll get better at this. Currently, there's no way I could swap characters mid-set. To be honest, I'm not taking the game super seriously competitively anyway. I have a long way to go before I'm a tournament competitor. I'd need to grind a ton to get there. I don't have anywhere near the time required, and I'm not sure I'd want to anyway. I find that tournaments can be stressful. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.